In this video, I'm going to show you how I create custom alphas, and then I'll be using those custom alphas to use or as a stencil to paint on different logos and such onto my model. So first, I'll show you kind of what the alphas are. So let's say, for example, you want to add an alpha to your model. What I'll be doing is I'm just going to create a new layer. I'm going to bring this way up to the top. Okay, we'll just call this alpha test. Okay. So you can use the alpha to paint all kinds of different things. It's really same way as you would paint with a paintbrush. The way I like to use alphas is, again, get a mask, and then what I can do from here, I select my mask, and I just want to paint, how I would. Let's just make this thing really vibrant color so we can quickly identify as this being the result, as you see right here. Anywhere I paint, the mask will be red. Okay, so now let's say if I want something, that's actually more of of a logo, say. So what I can do is use something called, an alpha. And so I'm going to go to my projection tool. And if I were to go over here versus alpha, currently this is the alpha that I'll be painting. As you see, anywhere that this spot is, we'll be painting like that. So I'm going to change my alpha shape, and I will make it into this arrow here. And now if I just do a click, you'll see I have this. I projected on there that arrow. And so with my projection map. And nice about a lot of these alphas is you can actually adjust them. So if I want to have a wider border, now it's just a completely round arrow. And so a lot of these will be interactive alphas. So just like that. And then same thing as when painting and masking. If it's white, it's going to show up. If it's black, oops. If it's black, it won't show up at all, as you see here. Okay. And you can have different types of tiling here. You can change. So this is something else helpful. You can change to UV, planar, wrap. So if I were to go to UV, well, actually, I can paint my UVs like this. Let's say if I were to go off a little bit, it will not go anywhere else. Now if I were to go to change from UV to wrap, now you can't see it right there very well. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the part. So now if I were to, let me do demonstration again. If I go UV and I paint right here, if I paint right here, you'll see it only goes wherever those UVs are. So if I'm off like that, now with the wrap, it will know where this UV ends and automatically start the next part. So see how that automatically started to wrap around that corner? And that's what our UV wrap is going to do here. Even though I'm not over here painting this, it knows to wrap it around that geometry like so. So I typically like to just go into my, it'll be different. So let's say if you're painting with your tablet, you're going to want it to be a little different. Okay. So for this, if I'm looking at my references here, let me bring these down. Okay. So I'm looking at some of my references here. I know I want to recreate some of these logos so they can be higher quality. Now here's like a piece of text I want to use this text, but I want to make this into a stencil or an alpha. So I'm going to actually bring this into my Adobe Illustrator. And it's something that, I'm going to, I'm going to just recreate this logo. There's different ways to do it. I could, there's faster ways to do it as far as like, just do an image trace. In this case, I kind of just want to create it so it matches a little better and looks a little cleaner. So, so I'm doing is just I'm really just I'm just making this, matching this to the image right below, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is I will just I'll make sure to edit this so that this process can be sped up, and then and I'll get back to you once I'm ready to do the next step in this alpha creation. Okay, so I'm gonna make this. In order to make this alpha, you need to make it perfectly squared. And so I'm gonna make it 512 by 512. My canvas settings. I actually want this to be inverted here. So I'm going to just make this so white, and then make a background that will be black. I'm going to send that to the back. So now I have, as you can see here, all these, I have an alpha that I just created. And it is important that it is squared, because if it's not squared, then it will not import properly. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just export this out as a PNG. I'll use my artboard so that way it's perfectly squared. And I'm just going to call this just text for now. Okay, and that should be fine. So now I have this text. Oops. Update to storm text. Okay, so next, what you do here is you just can drag that right on into there. It'll give the option to import resources. I'm going to make this alpha. I'm just going to call this slurm. And I want to import just to my project, so that anytime I have anything to do with this project, put it in my project folder. Hit import. Now if I go to my project folder, you see Slurm there, and what I can do now is drag, drop this, and now I have this alien text that real quickly was a custom made text. And so what I want to do is I'm actually go to my emissive layer mask, and I'm going to enlarge this just a hair. I want to fill up this space right there. And in fact, I actually think I want to make a new, I'm just call this text inset. I'm going to leave, so I'm just going to make the emissive this kind of bright green. I want the color to be just bright green as well. And then what I actually want to do is I'm going to make the height just down a little bit, like so. Roughness, I can make this, I think I want it to be pretty matte. That's what I'll do now is I'm going to add a mask, and I'm just going to plant this right there. Would be pretty good. Okay, so now if you were to look in here, you see it has that kind of height to it, and I can adjust the height quite a bit. I can make it really low. I can actually push it out if I want, but I'm going to bring it in like so. So now it looks like an engraved text right there, and that'll be glowing. So now if I were to look at this in my renderer, you'll see the kind of the glow of the text like so. And currently my software is kind of bogged down with all my different softwares running at once, but there's kind of an idea of how I create the alphas. And so what you can do is you can use this to make all types of different alphas, and many different things that can be customized for you. But remember that the key to making your own alpha is it has to be black and white, has to be a perfect square as well, and then I just use PNGs, always tend to give me a good result. So those are kind of the tricks there. Photoshop works great. You can use really any kind of design software to create these alphas, as long as you can get a nice black and white map. Something else you can do too is if you want to use a gradient in there, you're welcome to do some different gray tones in there to get, similar to how we have those grudge maps. But for nice solid logos, I am just using black and white in this case. But there are really endless opportunities when using alphas. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to the end. I think that kind of wraps up all the main concepts that I'm wanting to show. So I think what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to finish up this model, and then in the next video I'm going to just start to render this out. I will show you how I would render it in Substance Painter. There are other really great rendering engines. I personally like to use Marmoset Toolbag. That's my preference. But iRay with Substance Painter is really pretty strong as well. So we'll be going over that in the upcoming video.